Guys, we're back at Replay Guitar Exchange in Tampa, Florida. I am sitting here with my good friend Riff with Cliff.
What's going on, Jason, man? Good to have you here.
Great to be here, dude. So guys, today we have got 3 LTD rock and metal machines to share with you. So guys, one by one, we're gonna let you hear how these guitars sound, because dude, we're anxious to play these things, man.
Yeah, man, these are some of my favorite guitars, so.
They play like butter. They play so smooth.
They just came in the shop yesterday, so I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll leave the shop with me today, huh? We're gonna play them real quick, let you hear what they sound like, and then we'll go over the specs, because each one of these guitars have some very interesting things about them. First up, we've got the LTD Viper-1000. Let's play this thing, dude, and then we'll give you a rundown on the specs.
This is the LTD Viper. It's their take on, well, the SG shape, right? But it's slightly different. It's a little bit more offset, a little bit more wavy. You can see this horn coming up like this, and I like that a lot. Their take is a really cool take on it. It's also got these Fishman Fluence pickups, which are really nice. I want to say they have a lot of really cool tonality that you can get from them. You also have the push-pull capabilities with each pickup. So if you wanted to get a thinner or a maybe like a Stratier kind of sound, Stratier?
A little bit beefier,
yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I'm thinking beef because I'm hungry, you know.
Then, you know, you can totally get that, as well as a, you know, a 3-way pickup selector. Being the 1000 series, it has the nice inlays, and it's got a neck that's relatively chunky, actually. Kind of reminds me of a Gibson a little bit.
And actually it's neck through here too, man.
Yeah, that's important for a lot of people. It's neck through, and it's got locking tuners too. So people might say that it holds tuning better than...
You know, some people say they don't. I like them. I've put locking tuners on some of my guitars, and they seem to hold their tune. So a little bit better than before. So I would say from my experience, it does help a little bit. But I would say this is a, you know, I mean, you can play metal with any guitar, but this is more of kind of like a rock and roll type of guitar. It kind of changed the way I approach. You know, when you get different guitars in your hands, you're like, okay, well, I'm kind of inspired to play this instead of that, if that makes sense, you know?
I've seen more artists playing these out lately, which is really cool to see, especially because LTD, LTD is one of my favorite companies. So they're a versatile instrument. You can do pretty much any genre on this thing.
They're pretty cool, man. Next up, we've got this really interesting looking guitar. I had to grab this off the shelf, man. This is the LTD XJ-1. Let's hear it, and then we'll give you a rundown on the specs.
This is new in the LTD line this year for 2024, and as soon as I saw it, I just thought it was super sick looking, dude.
It's cool grain on here, man. Finish
really
here,
cool.
Dude.
So it's swamp ash. That's a nice piece of ash, and then, you can tell because it's a wide grain. That's a.
Should we cut that part out?
We could cut it out.
You did say swamp ash, right?
It is swamp ash. It's swamp ash is the body. Is the wood.
We'll keep it in.
And and it's got this sandblast, so you can actually feel the grain, which is unique, and I'm a big fan of that. It's a hardtail, which is cool, and the string goes through the body. Still got the Fishman Fluence pickups with the push-pull capabilities, truss rod adjustment down here, and it's one pickup, so it's kind of just plug and go, and you plug in and you start to shred. It's got the locking tuners. It's a bolt-on neck and a roasted maple neck. It's a very modern construction, and Thing sounds like $1 million, honestly.
It does sound really good. You guys know my history of playing ESP and LTD guitars, but yeah, this thing plays really nice. And actually, what I'll point out is the neck is a little different from the one we just played, and of course the one we're going to play next, which I'm dying to get to. But this neck here, I want to say, is sort of similar to like a wizard neck, you know, that the Ibanez makes, because it's kind of thinner back here, and the fingerboard's a little bit wider. So for me, that's a lot easier to play. It just feels really comfortable. So yeah. So I'm
with you on that, man. The neck is it's very comfortable. It is thinner. That neck is completely dramatic compared to this one.
Yeah, it is, dude. It is. Next up, we've got the LTD MH-1000. Now, those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, you know I had one similar to this. But, dude, let's play this thing, and then we'll give you a rundown on all the specs.
So we always try to carry one of these in the shop at all times, but this one's a little bit different. Our rep had her just to get one with the Evertune, and every time we get the Evertune, it does really well. If you don't know what the Evertune does, it locks your tuning in. So you can bend and go wild. You could probably hold this guitar by the strings, and it will stay in perfect tune no matter what. I've even heard of guys going on whole tours and tuning their guitar once at the very start of the tour, do like 100 dates or whatever, and then they come back and their guitar is still...
That's just crazy, dude.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. It's got the Fishman Fluence pickups again. They're really liking those pickups, which is awesome because they're a very popular, great sounding pickup with the push-pull capabilities. We have a really nice, kind of that wizard kind of feel neck again.
Yeah, it's thinner in the back here, man.
Yeah, thinner pattern. And then I like how the inlays here are, you know, they're in the normal inlay locations, but they're small little squares.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's really cool looking. Neck through, very comfortable build.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really need locking tuners with this or anything because it's locked down here, right? It's got the Evertune. This guitar is a beast.
It's a beast, man. And you guys, again, you might remember seeing a similar guitar. I had the old LTD M1000 Deluxe, and I can't remember what year that was. I actually parted ways with that. I've got a video on that, but that was an amazing guitar. So picking this thing up was like... It was like bringing back some cool memories, but
nostalgia.
Yeah, this thing plays amazing. There's a beautiful finish on here. You know, I'm kind of iffy on the Evertune. I know the Evertune is great, but there's a little bit more effort involved when you do, if you do a lot of string bending and vibrato and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I heard another guitar player say that too. Yeah. But my recommendation is just to try the Evertune for yourself and see if you like it.
Yeah, you know, it's one of the things, it's to each their own, like everything in life, right? This Evertune is great. I mean, staying in tune, well, that might be more important than the other stuff,
It's important if you're me and you can't stay in tune to save your life. I have many a gigs where I play it out of tune.
Oh, yeah. All right, now it's time to choose which LTD is our favorite, and we have not really talked about this yet, so I'm going to start with my number 3. And number 3 isn't bad, it's just, it's not my absolute favorite. So I would say number 3 is, for me, is the SG-looking guitar. I mean, it plays really nice, dude. I wish the pickups were a little bit hotter. Now, of course, I know you guys at Replay Guitar Exchange, you guys will set the guitar up before it goes out the door. But yeah, I would definitely want the action lowered. That's just my preference. Some people don't like that, and that's okay, right? But yeah, it's a great rock and roll guitar, but it falls number 3 for me. So, dude, what's your number 3?
Same thing, to be honest with you. And to me, it's the shape of the neck. I still like it. I don't mean this in any ill way. It's just I preferred the feeling of the other two guitars, personally. But it is wicked looking.
It's pretty cool looking. So now it's time for number 2. And no, guys, we're not talking about going to the bathroom. We're talking about this number 2 right here. For me, yeah, you already know what it is for me, dude. I think I made it obvious in the video which one was my favorite. But this guitar, it looks cool. Now me, I'm not all about like, you know, super crazy designs, and this is not super crazy, but this is a real cool design to a lot of people. And I like it, I'd certainly play it on stage, but it's not my favorite. And also, you know, although you have the simplicity of just one knob here, which I kind of like that, sometimes I like to use a neck pickup when I'm playing solos. So I'm kind of missing that. It plays awesome though, so that's why it falls into category number 2 for me. Cliff, what about you, dude? What's your number 2?
Same thing, buddy. It's the same thing. So
yeah.
it's like, I don't, you know, this is a really cool guitar. I really like it. I could really get to know this guitar. It's very unique.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that, and I'm a big fan of the sandblast. I think it feels awesome.
My number 1 is this MH-1000 Deluxe, man. It just reminds me of the LTD that I had a few years back, and I'd had that guitar for many years, probably over a decade. And I parted ways, for a very specific reason. I kind of wish I didn't, so I might have to, take this home. But
I'll ring you up.
This is an amazing guitar, man. I mean, I've never played, I played a couple guitars with Fishman pickups in there before, but never really paid that much attention to them. So in my mind, I'm already kind of comparing these to, I think my old LTD had the EMG 8183, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but one of those. I like these pickups. It gives a little bit more clarity, I guess you could say.
They have a lot of definition.
Yeah. And I know some people say pickups don't matter. I think they do matter, though. You know, you could use the same guitar, same amp, put different pickups in here. You would hear a slight difference, I believe.
Yeah, it'll definitely give it a different tonality. I used to be in that like group of, oh, pickups don't matter, but it's totally not true.
We've played too many guitars, and you working here at Replay, being in the shop, playing all these guitars with different pickups. Yeah, I think everything actually matters in a guitar, and that's a conversation for another day. But I think everything from strings to string height to gain to pickups, all that stuff collectively does matter. But any case, yeah, this is my favorite, dude, and
It's my favorite too, buddy.
It's your favorite too, right?
Oh man, this is a good one. It's going to make somebody very, very happy.
That's a great guitar, man. By the way, dude, you guys at Replay Guitar Exchange, you do free shipping here within the U.S., right?
Yes, that's right. So, if you're looking for a guitar but you're afraid of paying for shipping, visit our website, replayguitar.com, to take a look at all of our inventory from ESP LTD to Gibson to Fender to Martin. You name it, take a look, and we will ship it to you for free.
Yes, dude. Yes. And you don't have to ship it to me because I'm here in the area, so
Tampa local.
I can just walk out with it. Obviously, if you're in Tampa, this is the place to be. Cliff, dude, thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you so much for coming on by, man. I appreciate you.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you on the next video. As always, keep it metal and keep playing music.